first half is roughly an hour and 20 minutes. Then we'll have a 15-minute intermission, and then the second half is a little under an hour. That's how halves work. Just please be respectful to the rest of your audience and keep talking to, well, non-existent, and don't eat anything that makes any kind of noise, which is honestly most things. So just be very respectful for other people and so that everyone can enjoy the show.
As I remember, Adam, it was upon this fashion bequeathed me by will 4,000 crowns. And as thou sayest, charge my brother blessing to breed me well. And there begins my sadness. My brother chafes keeps at school, and reports speaks goldenly of his profit. My party keeps me rustically at home. Recall you that the keeping of a gentleman of my birth differs not from the stalling of an ox. His horses are bred better, for besides that they are fair in their treating, they are taught their manage, and to that end riders dealing higher. Besides, his brother gained nothing under him but growth, for the which his animals on his dunghills are as much bound to him as I. Besides this nothing that he so plentifully gives me, is something that nature gave me. His countenance seems to take from me. He lets me feed with his hinds, bars me the place of a brother, and as much as in him lies, minds my gentility with my education. This is it, Adam, that grieves me. The spirit of my father, which I think is within me, begins to mutiny against this servitude. I will no longer endure it. Though yet, I know no wise remedy how to avoid it.
Yonder comes my master, your brother.
Go apart, Adam, and thou shalt hear how he will shake me up.
Now, sir, what make you here?
Nothing. I am not taught to make anything.
What mar you then, sir?
Marry, sir, I am helping you to mar that which God made. A poor and worthy brother of yours with idleness.
Marry, sir, be better employed, and be not a while. Shall I keep your hogs, and eat husks with them? What hardly portion have I spent, I succumb to such penury? Know where you are, sir.
Oh, sir, very well.
Here in your orchard. Know you before whom, sir?
Aye, better than him I am before knows me. I know you are my older brother. In a gentle condition of blood, you should so know me. The courtesy of nations allows you my better, and that you are firstborn. The same tradition takes not away from me, where there are 20 brothers betwixt us. I have as much as my father and me as you. Albeit, I confess, your coming before me is close to his reverence.
What, boy? Come, older brother, you are too young, and wilt thou like that on me, villain?
I am no villain. I am the youngest son of Sir Roland the Boys, and he is thrice a villain for saying such father begot villains. Wert thou not my brother, I would not take this hand from thy throat. This other had pulled out thy tongue for saying so. That hast railed on thyself.
You masters be patient, for your father's remembrance be the cord.
Let me go, I say. I will not till I please. You shall hear me. My father charged with his will to give me good education. You have trained me like a peasant, obscuring and hiding from me all gentlemanlike qualities. The spirit of my father grows strong within me. I will no longer endure it. Therefore, allow me such exercises as may become a gentleman, or give me the poor lottery left to be my testament. With that, I will go by my fortunes.
And what wilt thou do? Beg? When that is spent? Well, sir, get you in. I will not long be troubled with you. You shall have some part of your will. I pray you leave me.
I will no further offend you. Then becomes me for mine own good.
Get you with him, you old dog. This old dog my reward? Most true. I have lost my teeth in your service. God be with my old master. Would he not have spoken such a word? Is it even so? Begin you to grow upon me? I will physic your rankness, and yet give no 1,000 crowns neither. Hola, Dennis.
Hello, your worship.
Was not Charles, the Duke's wrestler, here to speak with me?
So please you, he's here at the door, and the courtier needs access to you.
Call him in. 'Twill be a good way, and tomorrow the wrestling is.
Good morrow, your worship.
Good Monsieur Charles. What's the new news at the new court?
There is no news at the court, sir, but the old news. That is, the old Duke has been banished by his younger brother, the new duke, and 3 or 4 loving lords have put themselves into voluntary exile with him, whose lands and revenues enrich the new duke. Therefore, he gives them good leave to wander.
Can you tell if Rosalind, the Duke's daughter, will be banished with her father?
Oh no, for the Duke's daughter, her cousin, so loves her, being forever from their cradles, bred together, that she would have followed her exile, or have died to stay behind her. She's at the court, and no less beloved of her uncle than his own daughter, and never two ladies love as they do.
Where will the old Duke live?
They say he's already in the forest of Arden, and have many merry men with him, and there they live, like the old Robin Hood of England. They say many young gentlemen come to him and fleet the time carelessly, as they did in the Golden World.
What you wrestle tomorrow before the new Duke?
Marry do I, sir, and I came to acquaint you with the matter. I am given, sir, secretly to understand that your younger brother Orlando hath a disposition to come in disguise against me, to try and fall. Tomorrow, sir, I wrestle for my credit, and he that escapes me without some broken limb shall acquaint him well. Your younger brother is but young and tender, and for your love I would be loath to spoil him, as I must if he come in, for my own honor. Therefore, out of my love to you, I came hither, that either you might stay him from his impediment, or brook such disgrace as a thing of his own search, and altogether against my will.
Charles, I thank thee for thy love to me, which thou shalt find I will most kindly requite. I had myself notice of my brother's purpose herein, and have by underhand means labored to dissuade him from it, but he is resolute. I'll tell thee, Charles, it is the stubbornest young fellow of France, full of ambition, an envious emulator of every man's good parts, and a secret and villainous contriver against me, his natural brother. Therefore, use thy discretion. I had a sleep thou didst break his neck as his finger, and thou would best look to it. For if thou dost him any slight disgrace, or if he do not mightily grace himself on thee, he will practice against thee by some poison, entrap thee in some treacherous device, and never leave thee till he have taken thy life by some indirect means or other. For I assure thee, and with almost tears I speak it, there is not one so young and so villainous this day living. I speak but brotherly of him, but should I not I must blush and weep, and thou must look pale and wonder.
I am heartily glad I came hither to you. If he come tomorrow, I will give him his payment. If he ever go alone again, I'll never wrestle for prize more. And so God keep your worship.
Farewell, good Charles. Now will I stir this gamester. I hope I shall see an end of him, for my soul, yet I know not why, hates nothing more than he. Yet he's gentle, never schooled and yet learned, full of noble device, of all sorts enchantingly beloved, and indeed so much in the heart of the world, and especially of my own people who best know him, that I am altogether misprized. But it shall not be so long. This wrestler shall clear all, nothing remains. But that I kindle the boy thither, which now I'll go about.
I pray thee, Rosalind, sweet my coz, be married.
Dear Celia, I show her mirth that I am mistress of, and would you yet I were marrier? Unless you could teach me to forget a banished father, you must not learn me how to remember any extraordinary pleasure.
Herein I see thou lovest me not with the full weight that I love thee. If my uncle, thy banished father, had banished thy uncle, the Duke my father, so thou hast been still with me, I could have taught my love to take thy father for mine. So wouldst thou, if the truth of thy love to me were so righteously tempered as mine is to thee?
Well, I would forget the condition of my estate to rejoice in yours.
You know my father hath no child but I, nor none is like to have. And true, when he dies, thou shalt be his heir. For what he hath taken away from thy father perforce, I will render thee again in perfection. By mine honor I will, and when I break that oath, let me turn monster. Therefore, my sweet Rose, my dear Rose, be married.
From henceforth, love.
Marry, I prithee do, to make sport with all, but love no man in good earnest, nor no further in sport neither, and with the safety of a pure blush thou mayest anon come off again.
What shall be our sport then?
Let us sit here and mock the good housewife fortune from her wheel, that her gifts may henceforth be bestowed equally.
I would we could do so, for her benefits are mightily misplaced, and the bountiful fine woman doth no mistake in her gifts to woman.
'Tis true, for those she makes fair, she scarce makes honest, and those she makes honest, she makes very ill favored.
Now that goes from fortune's office to nature's. Fortune reigns in gifts of the world, not in the lineaments of nature.
No, when nature hath made fair creature, may she not by fortune fall into the fire? Though nature hath given us wit to flout at fortune, hath not fortune sent in this fool to cut off the argument?
Indeed, there is fortune too hard for nature. When fortune makes nature's natural, then cut her off from nature's wits.
Peradventure, this is not fortune's work neither, but nature's, who perceiveth our natural wits too dull to reason of such goddesses, and has sent this natural for our whetstone. For always the dullness of the fool is the whetstone for the wits. Whither wander you?
Mistress, I was bid to come for you.
Were you made the messenger?
No, by mine honor, but I was bid to come for you.
Where learned you that, ugly fool?
Of a certain knight, who swore by his honor they were good pancakes, and swore by his honor the mustard was not. I'll stand to it. The pancakes were not, and the mustard was good. And yet was not the knight forsworn.
How prove you that from the great heap of your knowledge?
I marry, now unmuzzle your wisdom.
Stand you both forth now, stroke your shins, and swear by your beards that I am a knave.
By our beards, if we have them, thou art.
By my knavery, if I had as I were. But if you swear on that is not, you are not forsworn. No more was the knight swearing by his honor, for he never had it. If he had, he had sworn it away before ever he had seen those pancakes, or that mustard.
Prithee, who is that thou meanest?
One that old Frederick, your father, loves.
My father loves enough to honor him enough. Speak no more of him. You'll be whipped for taxation one of these days.
The more pity of fools may not speak wisely, what wise men do foolishly.
By my troth thou sayest true, for since the little wit that fools have was silence, the little foolery that wise men have makes a great show. Here comes Monsieur Lavelle, with his mouth full of news, which he will put on us as pigeons feed their young.
Then shall we be news crammed.
All the better, we shall be the more marketable. Bonjour, Monsieur Lavelle, what's the news?
Fair princess, you have lost much good sport.
Sport? What color?
What color, madam? How shall I answer you?
As wit and fortune will.
Or the destiny's degree.
Well said, God was laid on with the trowel.
Nay, if I keep not my rank.
Thou losest thy own smell.
You amaze me, ladies. I would have told you of good wrestling, which you lost the sight of.
Yet tell us the manner of the wrestling.
I will tell you the beginning, and, if it please your ladyships, you may see the end. For the best is yet to do, and here where you are, they are coming to perform it.
Well, the beginning of that is dead and buried.
There comes an old man and his 3 sons,
I can match this beginning with an old tale.
3 proper young men, of excellent growth and presence.
With bills on their necks, be known unto all men by these presents.
The eldest of the 3 wrestled with Charles, the Duke's wrestler, was Charles in a moment threw him and broke 3 of his ribs. There is little hope of life in him today. So he served the second, and so the third. Yonder they lie, the poor old man, their father, making such pitiful dole over them, that all the beholders take his part with weeping.
Alas,
But what is this sport, monsieur? The ladies have lost.
Why, this that I speak.
Thus men make her wiser every day. It's the first I've heard of breaking of ribs which is sport for ladies.
Or I promise thee.
but is there any else long to see this broken music and decide? Is there yet another dotes upon rib breaking? Shall we see this wrestling, cousin?
You shall if you stay here. Here is the place appointed for the wrestling, and they are ready to perform.
Yonder, sure they are coming. Let us now stay and see it.
Come on, since the youth will not be entreated, his own peril upon his forwardness.
Is yonder the man?
Even he, madam.
Alas, he is too young, yet he looks successfully.
How now, daughter and cousin? Are you crept hither to see the wrestling?
Aye, my liege, so please you give us leave.
You will take little delight in it, I can tell you. There are such odds in there. In pity of the challenger's youth, I would fain dissuade him, but he will not be entreated. Speak to him, ladies. See if you can entreat him.
Call him hither, good Monsieur Lebeau.
Do so. I'll not be gone.
Monsieur the Challenger, the princess has called for you.
I attend them with all respect and duty.
Young man, have you challenged Charles the wrestler?
No, fair princess. He is the general challenger. I come in but as others do. Try with him the strength of my youth.
Young gentlemen, your spirits are too bold for your years. You have seen cruel proof of this man's strength. If you saw yourself with your eyes, or knew yourself with your judgment, the fear of your adventure would counsel you to a more equal enterprise. We pray for your own sake to embrace your own safety and give over this attempt.
Do, young sir, your reputation shall not therefore be misplaced. We will make it our stupidity that the wrestling might not go forward.
I beseech you, punish me not with your hard thoughts. For I confess me much guilty to deny so fair and excellent ladies anything. But let your fair eyes and gentle wishes go with me to my trial. Wherein if I be foiled, there is one shame that was never gracious. If killed, one dead that was willing to be so. I shall do my friends no wrong, for I have none to lament me. The world no injury, for in it I have nothing. Only in the world I fill up a place, which may be better supplied when I have made it empty.
The little strength that I have, I would it were with you.
And mine to eke out hers.
Fare you well. For in heaven I be deceived in you.
May your heart's desires be with you.
Come! Where is this young gallant that is so desirous to lie with his mother earth?
Ready, sir, but his will happen into more modest working.
You shall try but once fall.
No, sir. I warn your grace that you should not entreat him to his second that have so mightily persuaded from a first.
You mean to mock me after? You should not have mocked me before. But come your ways.
Now, Hercules, be thy speed, young man.
I would I were invisible to catch the strong fellow by the leg.
Oh, excellent young man.
Oh!
If I had thunderbolts in my eye, I could television down.
Oh!
No more, no more.
Yes, I beseech your grace. I'm not yet well breathed.
How dost thou, Charles?
He cannot speak, my lord.
Bear him away. What is thy name, young man?
Orlando, my liege, the youngest son of Sir Roland de Bois.
I would thou had been son to some man else. The world esteemed thy father honorable, that I could find him still mine enemy. Thou shouldst better please me with this deed, hadst thou descended from another house. But fare thee well. Thou art a gallant youth. I would that thou hadst told me of another father.
Were I my father, cuz, would I do this?
I am more proud to be Sir Roland's son, his youngest son, and I would not change that calling to be adopted heir to Frederick.
My father loved Sir Roland as his soul, and all the world was of my father's mind. Had I before known this young man his son, I should have given him tears unto entreaties, ere he should thus have entered.
Gentle cousin, let us go thank him and encourage him. My father's rough and envious disposition sticks me at heart. Sir, you have well deserved. If you do keep your promises in love, but justly, as you have exceeded all promise, your mistress shall be happy.
Gentlemen, wear this for me. What as suits with fortune. God could give more, but that her hand lacks me. Shall we go, cuz?
Aye, fare you well, fair gentlemen.
Can I not say I thank you? My better parts are thrown down. That which stands up here is but a quintain, a mere lifeless block.
He calls us back. My pride fell with my fortunes. I'll ask him what he would. Did you call, sir? Sir, you have wrestled well and overthrown more than your enemies.
Will you go, cuz?
Out with you. Very well.
What passion hangs these weights upon my tongue? I cannot speak to her, yet she urged conference. Oh, poor Orlando, thou art overthrown. Or Charles, for something weaker masters thee.
Good sir, I do in friendship counsel you to leave this place, albeit you have deserved high commendation, true applause, and love. Yet such is now the Duke's condition, that he misconstrues all that you've done. The Duke is humorous. What he is, indeed, more suits you to conceive than I to speak of.
I thank you, sir. Pray tell me this. Which of the two was daughter of the Duke? He was at the wrestling.
Neither his daughter, if we judge by manners, but yet indeed the taller is his daughter. The other is daughter to the banished Duke, and here detained by her usurper and uncle, to keep his daughter company, whose loves are dearer than the natural bond of sisters. But I can tell you that of late the Duke has taken great displeasure against her gentle niece, founded upon no other argument but that the people praise her for her virtues and pity her for her good father's sake. And on my life, his malice against the lady will suddenly break forth. Sir, fare you well. Hereafter in a better world than this, and I shall desire more love and knowledge of you.
I rest much bound to you. Fare you well. Oh, this must I, from the smoke unto the smother, from a tyrant duke unto a tyrant brother. But, heavenly Rosalind!
Why, cousin, why, Rosalind, Cupid have mercy, not a word, not one to throw at a dog. No, thy words are too precious to be cast away upon the earth. Throw some of them at me, come, lay me with reasons.
Then there were two cousins laid up, when the one should be laid with reasons, and the other mad without him.
What is all this? For your father?
No, some of it's for my child's father. Oh, how full of briars is this working day world.
They are but birds, cousin. Turn upon thee in holiday foolery. If we walk not in the trodden paths, our very petticoats will catch them.
I could shake them off my coat. These birds are in my horse.
Hem them away.
I would try if I could cry him and have him.
Come, come, wrestle with thy affections.
Will they take a part of a better wrestler than myself?
Good wish upon you. You will try in time despite the fall. But turning these jests out of service, let us talk in good earnest. Is it possible on such a sudden you should fall into so strong a liking with Sir Roland's youngest son?
The Duke, my father, loved his father dearly.
Doth it therefore ensue that you should love his son dearly? By this kind of chase I should hate him. For my father hated his father dearly, yet I hate not Orlando.
No, Finn, hate him not for my sake.
Why should I not? Doth he not deserve well?
Let me love him for that, and do you love him because I do. Look, here comes the Duke, with eyes full of anger.
Mistress, dispatch you with your safest haste, and get you from our court.
Me, uncle.
You, cousin, within these 10 days, if that thou beest found so near our public court as 20 miles, thou diest for it.
I do beseech your grace, let me the knowledge of my fault bear with me. If with myself I hold intelligence, or have acquaintance with my own desires, if that I do not dream, or be not frantic, as I do trust I am not, then, dear uncle, never so much as in a thought unborn did I offend your highness.
Thus do all traitors. If the purgation do consist in words, they are as innocent as grace itself. Let it suffice thee that I trust thee not.
Yet your mistrust cannot make me a traitor. Tell me whereon the likelihood depends.
Thou art thy father's daughter, there's enough.
So was I when your highness took his dukedom. So was I when your highness banished him. Treason is not inherited, my lord. Or if we did derive it from our friends, what's that to me? My father was no traitor. Then, good my liege, mistake me not so much to think my poverty is treacherous.
Dear sovereign, hear me speak.
I, Celia, we stayed here for your sake, else she had her father ranged along.
I did not then entreat to have her stay. It was your pleasure and your own remorse. I was too young at the time to value her, but now I know her. If she be a traitor, why so am I? We still have slept together, rose at an instant, learned, played, eat together, and wheresoever we went, like Juno's swans, still went coupled and inseparable.
She is too subtle for thee. Her smoothness, her very silence, and her patience speak to the people, and they pity her. Thou art a fool. She robs thee of thy name, and thou wilt show more bright and seem more virtuous when she is gone. Then open not thy lips. Firm and irrevocable is my doom, which I have passed upon her. She is banished.
Pronounce that sentence then on me, my liege. I cannot live without her company.
You are a fool. You need to provide yourself. And if you have stayed the time, upon my word and in the greatness of my honor, you die.
Oh, my poor Rosalind, whither wilt thou go? Wilt thou change fathers? I'll give thee mine. I charge thee, be thou not more grieved than I. I have more cause. Thou hast not, cousin. Prithee, be cheerful. Knowest not the Duke hath banished me, his daughter? That he hath not. No, hath not? Rosalind lacks then the love which teacheth thee that thou and I am one. Shall we be sundered? Shall we part, sweet girl? No. Let my father find another heir. Therefore, devise with me how we may fly, whither to go and what to bear with us. And do not seek to take your charge upon you, to bear your griefs yourself and leave me out. For by this heaven, now that our sorrows pale, say what thou canst. I'll go along with thee. Why? Whither shall we go? To seek my uncle in the forest of Arden.
Alas, what danger will it be to us, maids as we are, to travel forth so far? Beauty provoketh thieves sooner than gold.
I'll put myself in poor and mean attire, the like to you, the kind of umber-spurged upon our ships, so we may pass along and never stir sailings.
Were it not better that I would suit me all points like a man, a gamut curl axe upon my thigh, a boar spear in my hand, and in my heart lie there where hidden women's fear their way. We'll have us watching in a marshal outside, as many other men cowards have that do outface it with their semblances.
What shall I call thee when thou art there?
I have no worse to name than Jove's own page, and therefore look you call me Ganymede. But what will you be called?
Something that hath a reference to my state. No longer Celia, but Aliena.
But cousin, wouldn't we stay to steal the clownish fool out of your father's court? Would he not be a comfort to our travel?
He'll go over the wide world with me. Leave me alone to woo him. Let's away, and gather our jewels and our wealth together, devise the fittest time and safest way to hide us from the pursuit that will be made after my flight. Now, go in content, to liberty and not to banishment.
Now, my co-mates, brothers in exile, hath not old custom made this life more sweet than that of painted palms? Are not these woods more free from peril than the envious court? Here feel we but the penalty of Adam, the season's difference as the icy fan, and churlish chiding of the winter's wind, which, when it bites and blows upon my body even till I shrink with cold, I smile and say this is no flattery. These are counselors that feelingly persuade me what I am. Sweet are the uses of adversity, which, like the toad, ugly and venomous, bears yet a precious jewel in his head. And this our life, exempt from public haunt, finds tongues in trees, books in the running brooks, sermons in stones, and good in everything.
I would not change it. Happy is your grace, that friend, stubbornness of what you do, so sweet, so quiet.
Come, shall we go and kill us venison? Yet, it irks me, poor dappled fools, being native burghers of this desert city, should in their own confines with forked heads have their round haunches bored.
Indeed, my lord, the melancholy Jacques grieves at that. And in that kind swears you the more usurp than doth your brother that hath banished you. Today my lord of Amiens and myself did steal behind him as he lay along under an oak whose antique roof peeps out upon the brook that brawls along this wood, to the which place a poor sequestered stag that from the hunter's aim had ta'en a hurt to come to languish. And indeed, my lord, the wretched animal heaved forth such groans that their discharge did stretch his leathern coat almost to bursting, and the big round tears coursed one another down his innocent nose in piteous chase. And thus the hairy fool, much marked of the melancholy Jacques, stood on the extremest verge of the swift brook, augmenting it with tears.
And what said Jacques? Did he not moralize this spectacle?
Oh, into 1,000 sailors. First for his weeping into the needless stream. Poor dear, quoth he, Thou makest a testament as worldlings do, giving thy sum of more to that which had too much. Then, being there alone, left and abandoned by his velvet friend, 'tis right, quoth he, thus misery doth part the flux of company. Anon a careless herd, full of the pasture, jumped along by him and never stayed to greet him. Aye, quoth he, sweep on, you fat, greasy citizens, 'tis just the fashion. Wherefore do you look upon that poor and broken bankrupt there? Thus most invectively he pierceth through the body of the country, city, court, yea, and of this, our life, swearing that we are new usurpers, tyrants, and what's worse, to fright the animals and kill them up in their assigned and native dwelling place.
And did you leave them in this contemplation?
We did, my lord, weeping and commenting upon the sobbing deer.
Show me the place. I love to cope in these sullen pits, for then he's full of matter.
I'll bring you to him straight.
Can it be possible that no man saw them? It cannot be. Some villains of my court are consent and supplications.
I cannot hear any that did see her. The ladies, her attendants of her chamber, saw her bed, and in the morning early they found the bed untreasured of their mistress.
My lord, the boyish crown I've been so often raised with wont not, is also missing. Hesperia, the princess's gentlewoman, confesses she secretly overheard your daughter and her cousin much commend the parts and graces of the wrestler that did but lately foil the sinewy Charles, and she believes, wherever they are gone, youth is surely in their company.
Send to his brother, fetch that gallant hither. If he be absent, bring his brother to me. I'll make him fight. Do this suddenly, and let not search and inquisition quail to bring again these foolish runaways.
Who's there?
What, young master? Oh, gentle master, oh, sweet master. Why, what made you here? Why are you virtuous? What people love you, and wherefore are you so gentle, strong, and valiant? Why would you be so fond to overcome the bonny pride of the humorous duke? No praise can swiftly home before you. Know you not, master, to some kindly men, their graces serve them but as enemies. No more to yours, who are virtues, gentle master, are sanctified and holy traitors to you. Oh, what a world is this? What is comely in venom to him that bears it?
What's the matter?
Oh, unhappy you. Come not within these doors. Within this roof, the enemy of all your graces lives. And this that your brother, oh no, not your brother, yet the son, yet not the son of whom I was to go his father, hath heard your praise, and this that he means to burn the lodging where he used to lie. If you fail of that, he hath other means to cut you off. I overheard him and his practices. This is no place. This house is but a butchery. Abhor it, fear it, do not enter it.
Why, whither, Anna, wouldst thou have me go?
No matter whither, so you come not here.
What? Wouldst thou have me go and beg my food? With a base and boisterous sword and force a thievish living on the common road? This I must do, nor not what to do. Yet this I will not do. Do how I can. I rather will subject me to the malice of a diverted blood and bloody brother.
But to do so, I have 500 crowns, the 50 hire I have taken to your father. Which had restored be my house and nurse, when service in my old inns thy lane, and unregarded age and corners thrown. Take that, and he that doth delay with thee, yea, providently caters for the sparrow. All this I give you. Bed him be your servant. With all the old, yet I am strong and lusty. For never in my youth did I apply hot and rebellious thinkers in my blood, nor to know unvassal and brew the means of weakness and debility. Therefore my aid is at the lusty winter, frosty but kindly. Let me go, all to the service of the younger man among business and necessity.
Oh, good old man, how willingly appears the constant service of the antique youth. For service but for duty, not for need. However, not for the fashion of these times. For none will sweat but for promotion, and having that, to choke their service up. Even with the habit, it is not so with thee. But, poor old man, thou prunest a rotten tree, that cannot so much as a blossom yield, in lieu of thy pain and husband. But But come thy ways, we'll go along together, and ere we have thy youthful wages spent, we'll light upon some settled low content.
Master, go on, and I will follow. The last gasp with truth and loyalty. From 17 years, now almost fourscore, here lived I, but now live here no more. At 17 years, many their fortune seek, but at fourscore, it is too late for me. Yet, fortune cannot recompense you better than to die well and not my master's.
Oh, Jupiter, how merry are my spirits.
I care not for my spirits, my legs are not weary.
I could find it in my heart to disgrace my man's apparel and to cry like a woman. But I must comfort the weaker vessel as doublet and hose ought to show itself courageous and petticoat. Therefore, courage, good Aliena.
I pray you bear with me. I cannot go no further.
For my part, I'd rather bear with you than bear you. Yet I should bear no cross if I did bear you, for I think you have no money in your purse.
Well, this is the force of Arden.
I am an Arden. The more fool I, when I was at home, I was in a better place. But travelers must be content.
Ah, be so good, Touchdown. Look you, who comes here? A young man in old and solemn talk.
That is the way to make her scorn you still.
Oh, Corinth, that thou knewest how I do love her.
I can hardly guess, for I have loved Hannah now.
No, Corinth, being old, thou canst not guess. God bless the true lover is ever signed upon a midnight pillar. But if thy lover ever like to mine, as sure I think did never man love so, how many actions most ridiculous hast thou been drawn to by thy fantasy?
Into 1,000 that I have forgotten.
Oh, thou didst then ne'er love so heartily, if thou rememberest not the slightest folly, that ever love did make thee run into, thou hast not loved. If thou hast not sat as I do now, rearing thy hearer in thy mistress's praise, thou hast not loved. Or if thou hast not broke from company abruptly as my passion now makes me, thou hast not loved. Oh, Phoebe, Phoebe, Phoebe!
The last poor shepherd searching of thy womb. I have by hard adventure find mine own.
In time mine, I remember when I was in love. I broke my sword against the stone, and bid him take that for coming night to Jane's smile. I remember the kissing of Batman, and the cow's doves that are pretty tough hands and milk. I remember the wooing of Peascod instead of her, from whom I took 2 cogs, and giving to her, saying again, wear these for my sake. For we that are true lovers run into strange neighbors. But as all is immortal in nature, so is nature in love, mortal in foe.
Thou speakest wiser than thou art aware of.
Nay, I shall ne'er beware my own wits till I break my shins against it.
So, this shepherd's passion is much upon my passion.
And I mine, but it grows something stale with me.
I pray you. One of you question yon man if he for gold will give us any food. I faint almost to death.
A lie, you cry.
Peace, fool. He's not my king's men.
Who called?
Your betters, sir.
Else they are very ready.
Peace, I said. Good evening, dear friend.
And to you, gentle sir, and to you all.
I pity you. If that lover gold can in this desert place buy entertainment, take us where we may rest ourselves and keep. Here is a young maid who travel much oppressed and faint for succor.
Fair sir, I pity her, and wish for her sake more than my own. My fortunes were more able to relieve her. But I am shepherd to another man, and do not shear the fleece that I graze. Besides, my master is of churlish disposition, and little recks to find the way to heaven by doing deeds of hospitality. And his coat, his flock, and bounded feed are now on sale at his sheepcote down, and by reason of his absence, there is nothing for you to feed on. But what is? Come and see, and in my voice, most welcome shall you be.
When is he that shall buy his flock of pasture?
That young swain that you saw one day a while ago.
Who little cares for buying anything?
I pray you, if it stand honesty, buy thou the cottage, pasture, and the flock, and thou shalt have to take rid of us.
And we will mend thy wages. I like this place and would willingly waste my time.
Assuredly, the thing is to be sold. Come with me if you like upon the court of the soil, the profit, and this kind of life. I, your very faithful Peter will I be, and buy your gold right suddenly.
Under the greenwood tree, who loves to lie with me, and his merry note unto the sweet bird throat. Come hither, come hither, come hither. Here shall we see no enemy, but winter and rough weather.
More, I prithee, more.
It will make you melancholy, Monsieur Jenkins.
I think it's more, I prithee, more. I can suck melancholy out of a song as a weasel sucks eggs. More, I prithee, more.
My voice is ragged. I know I cannot please you.
I do not desire you to please me. I do desire you to sing. Another stanza. Call you a stanza?
What you will, Monsieur Jenkins.
Nay, I care not for their name. They owe me nothing. Will you sing?
Only at your request, then for my pleasure.
Well then, whatever I think any man, I'll think you. But that they call compliment is like the encounter of two dog apes. And when a man thinks me heartily, he thinks I've given a penny. He renders me the beggarly things. Come, sing in all you that will not hold your tongue.
I shall finish the song. Sirs, cover the wild. The Duke will drink under this tree. He hath been all this day to look you.
And I have been all this day to avoid him. He is too disputable for my company. I think of as many matters as he, but I give heavy things and make no boast of them.
He who does ambition shun, and loves to lie in the sun, seeking the food he eats, and thinks the food he gets. Come hither, come hither, come hither. Here shall we see no enemy, but winter and rough weather.
I'll give you a verse to this note that I made yesterday in spite of my invention.
I will sing it.
Thus it goes. If it do come to pass that any man turn ass, leaving his wealth and ease, a stubborn will to please, duck dame, duck dame, duck dame. Here shall he see gross fools as he, and if he will come to me.
What's that?
Duck dummy.
It is a Greek invocation to call fools into a circle. I'll go sleep if I can. If I cannot, I'll rail against all the firstborn of Egypt.
It's bacon.
Dear master, I can go no further. Oh, I die for food. Here lie I down and measure out my grave. Farewell,
Why, how now, Alice? No greater heart for me. Live a little, comfort a little, cheer thyself a little. This uncouth forest shielded anything savage. I will either be food for it or bring it in food for thee. I can see this nearer death than thy powers. For my sake, be comfortable. Hold death a while at arm's end. I'll be with thee presently. If I bring thee not something to eat, I will give thee leave to die. But thou diest before I come. Thou art a mocker of my labor. Well said. Thou lookest cheerly. I'll be with thee quickly. Yet thou liest in a bleak air. Come, I will bear thee to some shelter, and you shall not die for lack of dinner, if there live anything in this forest. Cheerily, good animal.
I think he be transformed into a beast, for I can nowhere find him like a man.
My lord, he is but even now gone hence. Here was he merry, hearing of a song.
If he, compacted jars, grow musical, we shall have shortly discord in the spheres.
Go seek him, and alive and speak with him. He saves my labor by his own approach.
How now, monsieur? What a life is this that your poor friends must woo your company? What? You look merry.
Oh, fool, oh, fool. I met a fool in the forest, a motley, miserable. As I do live by food, I met a fool, who laid him down and basked in the sun, and railed on Lady Fortune in good terms, in good set terms, and yet a fool. Good morrow, fool, quoth I. No, sir, quoth he, call me a fool till heaven hath sent me fortune. Then he drew a dial from his poke, and looking on it with lackluster eyes, says very wisely, it is 10 o'clock. Thus you may see, quoth he, how the world wags. 'Tis but an hour ago since it was 9, and after 1 hour more 'twill be 11. And so from hour to hour we ripe and ripe, and then from hour to hour we rot and rot, and thereby hangs the tale. When I did hear the fool thus snore all the time, my lungs began to crow like chanticleer. That fool should be so deep contemplative. I did laugh sans intermission, an hour by his side. Oh, noble fool, a worthy fool. Motley's the only way.
Oh, what fool is this?
Oh, worthy fool, one that hath been a courtier, says if ladies be but young and fair, they have the gift to know it. And in his brain, which is as dry as their maiden biscuit after a voyage, he hath strange places crammed with observation, the which he vents in mangled forms. Oh, that I were a fool. I am ambitious for a motley coat.
Thou shalt have one.
It is my own suit, provided that you read your better judgment of all opinions as rank them, that I am wise. I must have liberty with all as large a trotter as the wind, to blow on whom I please, for so fools are. They that are most galling with my followers, they most must laugh, and why, sir, must they so? The wise claim his way to perish in church. He that a fool doth very wisely think, or very foolish, although he smart, not to seem sensible to the bar. If not, the wise man's folly is anatomized, even by the squandering glances of the Invest me, my motley. Give me leave to speak my mind, and I will through and through cleanse the foul body of the infected world. They will patiently receive my answer.
Fie on thee, I can tell what thou wouldst do.
What for a counter might do but good?
Most mischievous foul sin and chiding sin. For thou thyself hast been a libertine, as sensual as the brutish sting of self. And all the boss of sores and headed evils that thou, license of free foot, hast caught, wouldst thou disgorge into the general world.
Why do cries out with pride that can dare tax any private party? Doth not flows he because the sea, till that the weary bearing means do as? What woman in the city do I name when I say that the city woman bears the cost of princes on unworthy shoulders? Who can come in and say I mean her, when such a one as she is such a neighbor? Or he, a base function, says his bravery is not on the cost of my speech, but therein taxes folly, to the metal of my speech. But who goes here?
Forbear, and eat no more.
Why, I haven't done yet.
Nor shalt not, till necessity be served.
Of what kind should this talk come of?
Art thou thus boldened, man, by thy distress, or else a rude despiser of good manners, that in civility thou seemst so empty?
You touched my vein at first. The thorny point of bare distress has tamed for me the show of smooth civility. Yet I am inland bred and know some nurture. But forbear, I say. He dies that touches any of this fruit, till I and my affairs are answering.
And you will not be answered with the reason I must die.
What would you have? Your gentleness shall force more than your force move us to gentleness.
I almost died for food, and let me have it.
Sit down and feed. Welcome to our table.
Speak you so gently. Pardon me, I pray you. I thought all things had been savage here, and therefore put I on the countenance of stern commandments. But where you are in this desert inaccessible, under the shade of melancholy boughs, lose and neglect the creeping hours of time. If ever you had sat, if ever you had looked on better days, if ever you had been where bells had knolled to church, if ever sat at any good man's feast, if ever from your eyelids wiped a tear, I know it is to pity, be pitied. Let gentleness my strong enforcement be, in which hope I blush and hide my sword.
True is it that we have seen better days. Have the holy bell in the church, and sat at women's feasts, and wiped our eyes of drops that sacred pity hath engendered. And therefore sit you down, in gentleness, and take upon command what help we have, that to your wanting may be ministered.
Then forbear your food a little while, whilst, like a doe, I go to find my fawn and give it food. There is a poor old man, who after me hath many a weary step, limped in pure love, till he be first sufficed, oppressed by two weak evils, age and hunger. I will not touch a bit.
Go find him out, and we will nothing waste till your return.
I thank you, and blessed be you for your good comfort.
Thou seest, we are not all alone, unhappy. This wide and universal theater presents more woeful pageants than the scene wherein we play.
All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely play. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts, his acts being 780. At first, the infant, mewling and puking in the nurse's arm. Then a whining schoolboy, with his satchel and shining morning face, creeping like snail unwillingly to school. Then a lover, sighing like furnace, with a woeful ballad made to his mistress' eyebrow. Then a soldier, full of strange oaths and bearded like a park, sudden and quick in form, seeking to bubble reputation even in cannon's mouth. Then the justice, in a fair round belly, with good cape and line, with eyes severe and beard full of time, full of wise songs and modern instances. And so he plays his part. Last scene of all, 6 days shifts into the lean room.
The last scene would be second childishness,
And mere oblivion, sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything.
Welcome. Set down your venerable burden and let him speak.
I thank you most for him.
So had you need. I scarce can speak to thank you for myself.
Welcome, fall to. I will not trouble you as yet to question you about your history. Give us some music, good cousin. Sing.
Blow thou winter wind, thou art not so kind as man's ingratitude. Thy tooth is not so clean, because thou art not seen, although thy breath be rude. Hey-ho, sing hey-ho, unto the green holy. Most friendship is fading, most loving is holy. Then hey-ho, the holy, this life is most jolly. Freeze, freeze, thou winter sky, thou dost not fight so nigh as benefits for God. Though thou the waters pour, thy sing is not so strong as man's remembered on. Hey-ho, sing hey-ho, unto the green holy. Most friendship is fading, most loving mere folly. Then hey-ho, the holly, this life is most jolly.
That you were the good Sir Roland's son, as you have whispered faithfully you were. And as mine eyes doth his effigy witness, most truly lived and living in thy face. Be truly welcome hither. I am the Duke that loved thy father. The residue of your fortune go to my cave, tell me. Good old man, thou art right welcome, as thy master is, supported by the army. Give me your hand, let me all your fortunes understand.
Not seen him since. Sir, that cannot be. But were I not better part made mercy, I should not seek an absent argument of my revenge, thou present. But look to it, find out thy brother, wheresoever he is, seek him with candor, bring him dead or living within this 12-month, or turn thou no more, seek a living in our territory. Thy lands, and all that thou dost call thine, with seizure do we seize into our hands. And thou canst quit thee by thy brother's mouth of what we think against thee.
Oh, that your highness knew my heartiness. I never loved my brother in my life.
Poor villain thou. Well, turn and go in, and let my officers of such a nature put an extent upon his house and land. Do this expediently, and turn and go.
Hang there, my verse, in witness of my love. And thou, thrice surrounded feet of night, survey with thy chaste eye, from thy pale sphere above, thy huntress's name, that my full life doth sway. O Rosalind, these trees shall be my books, in their barks my thoughts all character. And every eye which in this forest looks shall see thy virtue witnessed everywhere. Run, run, Orlando, carve on every tree, the fair, the chaste, the unexpressive she.
How odd to be a shepherd's laugh, Master Touchstone.
Truly, shepherd, in respect of itself, it is a good life. But in respect that it is a shepherd's life, it is not. In respect that it is solitary, I like it very well. In respect that it is private, it is very vile. In respect that it is in the fields, it pleaseth me well. But in respect that it is not in court, it is tedious. It is a spare life, look you. It fits my humor well. But as there is no plenty in it, it goes much against my stomach. Has any philosophy in thee, shepherd?
No more that I know, the more one sickens, the worse at ease he is. He that wants money means contentment, without 3 good friends. That a property of rain is to wet, and fire to burn. That good pasture makes fat sheep, and that a great cause of the night is lack of the sun. No wit by nature nor art, they complain of good breeding, or comes of very ill.
Such a one is natural philosopher. Must ever in court, shepherd?
No, truly.
Then thou art damned.
Nay, I hope.
Truly thou art damned. Like it is roast today, all on one side.
What happening at court?
Your reason? Well, if thou never wast in court, thou never sawest good manners. If thou never sawest good manners, thou manners must be wicked. Wickedness is sin, sin damnation. How a perilous state, shepherd.
Why, we are still.
Nary a wit.
Not a wit, Touchstone, not a wit. Those that have good manners in the country, in the court, are as ridiculous in the country as the behavior of the country is most remarkable at court. You told me you salute not at the court, but you kiss your hand. That courtesy would be most uncleanly of courtiers to a shepherd.
Well, do not your courtiers' hands sweat? And is not the grease of mutton as wholesome as the sweat of a man? Shallow, shallow. A better instance, I say.
Why, we are still handling our youth, and their bells, are greasy.
Yes, they are greasy, but more sound, for instance. Come.
Besides, our hands are hot.
Your lips will feel them of this soon. More sound, for instance, I say.
And they are often charred over the surgery of our feet. Would you have us kiss tongue? Courtiers' hands are perfumed with civet.
Most shallow man, thou worms meat in respect of a good piece of flesh indeed. But learn of the wise the pet. Civet is of a baser birth than tongue, the very unclean reflux of a cat. Men, for instance, shepherd.
You have to import me with our rest.
Wilt thou rest damned? Shallow. God rest thee, shallow man. God make incisions in me, thou art wrong.
Sir, I am a true laborer. I earn that I get that I wear. Oh, no man's hatred, and be no man's happiness. Glad of other men's good, content with my harm, and the greatest of my pride is to see my ewes grazed in my lands.
That is another simple sin in you. To bring the ewes and rams together, to offer, to get your living by the calculation of cattle, to be bound to a bellwether, to betray a she-lamb of 12 months, to a crooked, padded, or comfortably ram, out of all reasonable match. If thou beest not damned for this, the devil himself would have no shepherds. I cannot see how else thou shouldest escape.
Here comes young Master Gannon, my new mistress.
From the east to western end, no jewel is like Rosalind. Her worth being mounted on the wind, through all the world bears Rosalind. All the pictures fairest line are but black to Rosalind. Let no fair be kept in mind, but the fair of Rosalind.
I'll rhyme you. 8 years, dinners, suppers, sleeping hours, etc. It is the right but of woman's brain. Come on.
Out, fool.
Forward you haste. If a heart do like a hind, let him seek out Rosaline. If he has laughed out, so be sure will Rosaline. Winter garments must be lined, so must slender Rosaline. They that reap in sheaf and vine, then to caught with Rosaline. Sweetest nut hath sourest rind, such a nut is Rosaline. He that sweetest rose will find most pretty in Rosaline. This is the very false gallop of verse. Why do you infect yourself with them?
Peace, you dull fool. I found them on a tree. I'll grapple with you, then I shall grapple with the medicine. Then it will be the earliest fruit in the country, for you'll be rotten ere you'll be half ripe, and that's the right virtue of the meddler.
Well, you have said, whether wisely or no, let that forest judge.
Peace. Here comes my sister Reedy. Stand aside.
Why should this in deserts be? For it is unpeopled, no. Tongues I'll hang on every tree that Sybil saying show. Somehow brief the life of man runs his erring pilgrimage, at the stretching of a span buckles in his sum of age. Some of violated vows twixt the souls of friend and friend, but upon the fairest vows, or at every sentence end, will I Rosalinda rise? Teach him all that read to know, the quintessence of every sprite heaven would in little show. Therefore heaven nature charged that one body should be filled with all graces wide and large nature presently distilled. Helen's cheek, but not her heart, Cleopatra's majesty. At the length of a better part, sad Lucretia's modesty. Thus Rosalind, of many parts, by heavenly sin it was devised, of many faces, eyes, and hearts, to have the touches dearest prize. Heaven would that these gifts should have, and I to live and die her slave.
Almost gentle Jupiter, what tedious homily of love have you wearied your virtues withal, and never cried, have patience, good people. How now? Back, friends. Shepherd, go up a little. Go with them, sirrah.
Come, shepherd, let's make a little retreat. So not with bag and baggage, but with scrimmage.
Didst thou hear these verses? Oh, yes, I heard them all, and more too. Some had in them more feet than the
name should be hanged and carved upon these trees?
I was 7 of the 9 days out of the wonder before you came. But look here, what I found in a palm tree. I was never so berhymed since Pythagoras' time. That I was rapt, which I can hardly remember.
Trow you who have done this?
Is it a man?
And a chain, which you once wore about his neck. Change of color.
I prithee who?
Oh, Lord, Lord, it is a hard matter for friends to meet. But mountains may be removed with earthquakes, and so encounter.
Nay, but who is it?
Is it possible?
Nay, I prithee now, with the most petitionary vehemence, tell me who it is.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful, and most wonderful, wonderful. And yet again, wonderful. And after that, out of all hooping.
Good, my complexion. Does that mean though I'm comparison like a man, I have a doublet and hose in my disposition? 1 inch of delay more. It's a South Sea discovery. I would tell me who it is quickly and speak apace. I would thou couldst stammer that thou might pour this concealed man out of thy mouth, as wine comes out of a narrow-mouthed bottle, either too much once or none at all. I would take the cork out of thy mouth that I may drink thy tidings.
So you may put a man in your belly?
What manner of man? Is his head worth a hat or his chin worth a beard?
Nay, he hath but a little beard.
Why, God will send more if the man will be thankful. Let me see the growth of his beard, if thou blame me not the knowledge of his chin.
It is young Orlando that tripped up the wrestler's heels in your heart, both in an instant.
Nay, but the devil take mark. Speaks that brow a true maid.
In faith, cuz 'tis he.
Orlando?
Orlando.
Alas the day! What should I do with my doublet and hose? What makes him here? Did he ask for me? Where remains he? How far did he see? And when shall thou see it again? Answer me in 1 word!
You must borrow me gargantuous mouth first. It's a word too great for any mouth this age's size. To say aye or no to these particulars is more than to answer in a catechism.
Don't you know I'm in this force and in man's apparel? Look, he as freshly as he did the day he wrestled.
It is as easy to count atoms as to resolve the propositions of a lover. But in taste of my finding him and relish in good observance. I found him under a tree, like a dropped acorn.
It may be well called Jove's tree when it drops forth such fruit.
Give the audience, good madam, proceed. There lay he, stretched along like a wounded knight.
Though it be pity to see such a sight, it well becomes the ground.
I pull at thy tongue, I prithee. It curvets unseasonably. He was furnished like a hunter.
Oh, ominous! He comes to kill my heart!
I would sing my song without burden, not bringest me out of tune.
Do you not know I am a woman? When I must speak. Say on.
You bring me out.
Stop! Come sit not here! 'Tis he, sleep by notice.
I thank you, dear company. For good faith had me have been myself alone.
I said I, but yet for fashion's sake, I do thank you for your society.
Goodbye. Let's be better strangers.
I do desire we may become better distant.
I pray you, more no more shoes be running love songs in their bar.
I pray you more no more of my verses, with reading them most favorably.
Rosalind's your last name?
Yes, just.
I do not like it.
There was no thought of pleasing you when she was christened.
Statue she up.
Just the size of my heart.
You are full of pretty answers. Have you not been acquainted with Goldsmith's wives and convent of them?
Not so, but I answer you right in the thought, for whence you have studied your questions.
You are better than your wit. I think it was made of Atalant's heels. Will you sit down, and we two will rail against our mistress, the world and all our wisdom?
I will chide no grief in the world with myself, against whom I know those faults.
The worst fault you have is to be in love.
The fault I would not change for your best virtue. I am weary of you.
By my troth, I was seen for a fool when I found you.
He is drowned in the brook. Look but in you shall see him.
The rest shall see mine own figure.
Which I take to either be a fool or a cipher.
I'll tarry no longer with you. Farewell, good Signor Love.
I am glad of your departure. Adieu, good Monsieur Melenka.
I was speaking
the swiftfoot of time. Had not that been as proper?
By no means, sir. Time travels in divers cases with divers persons. I'll tell you who time ambles withal, who time trots withal, who time gallops withal, who he stands still withal.
I prithee, who doth he trot withal?
Marry, he trots hard with the young maid between the contract of her marriage and the day of the solemn. If the interim be but a sin night, time's pace is so hard it seems the length of 7 years.
Who ambles time withal?
With a priest that lacks lantern, and a rich man that hath not the gout. For the one sleeps easily because he cannot study. The other lives merrily because he feels no pain. The one knowing no burden of lean and wasteful learning. The one lacking the burden of heavy, tedious penury. These time ambles withal.
Who doth he gallop withal?
With a thief to the gallows, for though he go as softly as foot can fall, he thinks himself too soon there.
Who stays it still withal?
With lawyers in litigation, for they sleep between term and term, and then they perceive not how time moves.
Where dwell you, pretty youth?
With this shepherdess, my sister, here in the skirts of the forest like fringe upon a petticoat.
So are you a native of this place?
As the coney that you see today will she's kindled.
Your accent is something finer than you could purchase, and so removes a dwelling.
I have been told so by many. But, indeed, an old religious uncle of mine taught me to speak. Why send his youth in inland, when that knew courtship too well, for there he fell in love. I've heard him read many lectures against it, and I thank God I am not a woman. With so many giddy offenses, as he hath generally taxed their whole sex withal.
Can you remember any of the principal evils that he laid to the charge of women?
They're not principal, they're all like one another, as hath been saw. Every one fault seeming monstrous, till his fellow faults came to match it.
I prithee recount some of them.
No, I'm not cast away my visit, but on those that are sick. There's a man, haunts the forest, that abuses our young hands with carving rosewood on their bark. Odes upon hawthorns and elegies on brambles are forsooth deifying the name of rosewood. If I could meet that man longer, I would give him some good counsel, for he seems to have the quotidian of love upon him.
I am he that is so love-shaken. I pray you tell me a remedy.
There are none of my uncle's marks upon him. He taught me to know a man in love. And with cage brushes, I am sure you are not a prisoner.
What were his marks?
Of lean cheek, which you have not. Of blue eye and sunken, which you have not. And unquestionable spirit, which you have not. Of beard neglected, which you have not. But I pardon you for that, for simply your having a beard is a younger brother's revenue. Then your hose shows young garden, your bonnet unbanded, your sleeve unbuttoned, your shoe untied, and everything about you demonstrating a careless desolation. But you are no such man. You are rather point-device in your accoutrements, as loving yourself than seeming the lover of any other.
Fair youth, I would I could make thee believe I love.
Me believe it, you may assume that you love believe it, which I warrant she's apt to do than to confess she does. That is one of the points in which women still give the lie to the consciences. But, in good sooth, are you he that hangs the verses on the trees wherein Rosalind is so enlightened?
I swear by the white hand of Rosalind, youth, that I am he, that unfortunate he.
But, are you so much in love as you rhyme to speak?
Neither rhyme nor reason can express how much.
That is merely a madness, and I tell you, sir, it's as well a dark house and a whip as madmen do. And the reason why they are not so punished here, sir, is that the lunacy is so ordinary that the whippers are in love too. Second, I profess curing it by counsel.
Did you ever cure any so?
Yes, one, and in this manner. He was to imagine me, his love, his mistress, and I set him every day to woo me, at which time would I, being but a moonish youth, grieve, be effeminate, changeable, long and enlightened, proud, fantastical, apish, shallow, inconstant, full of tears, full of smiles, for every passion something, and for no passion truly anything, as boys and women are, for the most part, passions. Would now like him, now loathe him, then entertain him, then forswear him, now weep for him, then spit at him. Then I drave my suitor from his mad humor of love into a living humor of madness, which was to forswear the full stream of the world and to live in a nook merely monastic. And thus I proved it. And this way will I take upon you to wash your liver as clean as a sound sheep's heart, for there shall not be one spot of love in it.
I would not be cured, youth.
I would cure you, and you would go call me Rosalind and come every day to my coast and woo me.
Why, by the faith of my love, I will. Tell me where it is.
Go with me to it, and I'll show you. And, by the way, you shall tell me where in the forest you live. Will you go?
With all my heart, good youth.
Nay, you must call me Rosalind. Come, sister, will you go?
See what I mean? There's just like,
Poor lovesick child.
that would be so much fun to watch. So good, having such a good time.
They're really knocking it out of the park. Delightful. Delightful in their madness. Isn't it weird? I know, you understand, not Daniel. Daniel knows all these things. He came out. Yeah, but yeah.
Why is that you my teacher? What did you reckon?
He doesn't have I can't really hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't talk. Everyone's probably water eyes.
One of the singers.
Oh, right.
It's my way again. Whoa. You want to be close to something like this.
Just see.
Everybody.
Always
I know his name. It's obviously I still get that. No, get up. I finished my book, so you gotta put it in another book. I'll be back. So it is like.
Like,
Shannon, did you see that Mary's here?
Yes.
I didn't know.
She came to clean up the set. We're like, we're filming.
Yeah, you got a bail with the baby.
Yeah.
So, can I still sip of your water? Thank you.
So if we go to the 9 o'clock and we're done at 10, and I take off right away, this place is a little more than an hour away. So I'm going to probably I'll be there at noon. Okay, tomorrow. Yeah.
But have I not cause to weep?
As good a cause as one would desire, therefore weep.
His very hair is of the dissembling color.
Something browner than Judas's. Marry his kisses or Judas's own children.
Faith, his hair is of a good color.
An excellent color. Your chestnut was ever the only color.
And his kissing is his fullest sanctity, is the touch of holy bread.
He hath bought a pair of cast lips of Diana. A nun of winter sisterhood kisses not more religiously. The very ice of chastity is in them.
But why did he swear he would come this morning? It comes not.
May certainly. There's no truth in him.
Do you think so?
Yes. I think he not a pit purse nor a horse stealer, but for his verity and love, I think him as concave as a covered goblet or a worm-eaten gnat.
Not true love.
Yes, when he is in, but I think he is not in. Besides, the oath of a lover is no stronger than the word of a tapster. They are both the confirmer of false records. He intends here his forced on the Duke your father.
I met the Duke yesterday and had much questioning. He asked me what parentage I was. I told him of as good as he. So he left and let me go. But what talk we of fathers when there's such a man as Orlando?
Oh, that's a brave man. He writes brave verses, speaks brave words, swears brave oaths, and breaks them. The brave. Quite traverse. Athwart the heart of a lover as a puny tilter that spurs his horse but on one side, breaks his staff like a noble goose. But all's brave that youth mounts and folly dies.
Look, who comes here?
Mistress and man, you have often inquired after the shepherd you saw complaining of love, who was sitting on the turf with me, praising the proud, disdainful shepherdess that was his mistress.
Well, and what of him?
If you'll see a pattern truly plain between the pale complexion of true love and the red glow of proud disdain, go hence with him, and I will conduct you, if you will mark it.
Oh, come, let us remove. The sight of lovers feedeth those in love. Bring us to the sight, and you shall say, approve of this actor in their play.
Dear Phoebe, do not scorn me. Do not, Phoebe. Say that you love me not, but say not so in bitterness. The common executioner, whose heart the accustomed time of death makes hard, folds not the axe upon the humble neck, but first begs pardon. Will you sterner be than he that dies and is my bloody drops?
I would not be thy executioner. I fly thee, for I would not injure thee. Thou tellest me that there is murder in mine eye. 'Tis pretty, sure, and very lovely. That eyes, which are the frailest and softest things, who shut their coward gates on enemies, should be called tyrants, butchers, murderers. Now I do frown on thee with all my heart, and if mine eyes can wound, now let them kill me. Thou counterfeit a swoon, why now fall down? Or if thou canst not, oh, for shame, will I not say mine eyes are murderers. Now show the wound my eye hath made in thee. Scratch thee with a pin, and there remains some scar of it. Lean upon a rush, the cicatrice incapable of pressure thy palm some moment keeps. But now mine eyes which I have darted at thee, hurt thee not, nor I'm sure there's any force in eyes that can do hurt.
Oh, dear Phoebe, if ever, as that ever may be near, we meet in some fresh cheek the power of fancy, then shall you know the wounds invisible that love's keen arrows make.
But till that time come not thou near me, and when that time comes, afflict me with thy mocks, pity me not. As to that time, I shall not pity thee.
And why, I pray you? Who might be your mother, that you exalt and all that once over the wretched? What, don't you have no beauty? As by my faith, I see no one more in you than in an ordinary native salesman. What's my little life? I think she means to tangle my eyes too. No, make promise, hope not afterwards. 'Tis not your inky brows, your black silk hair, your beautiful eyeballs, nor your cheek of cream that can attain my spirit to your worship. You foolish shepherd, wherefore do you follow her, like foggy south puppy with wind and rain? You are 1,000 times a broader a man than she a woman. It's such fools as you that makes the world full of ill-favored children. It is not her glass, but you that flatters her, and out of you she sees herself more proper than any of her lineaments can show her. But, mistress, no Cries man mercy. Love him, hate his offer. Vow is most vow, be vow to be a scholar. So take it to thee, shepherd. Fare you well.
Sweet youth, I pray you, chide a year together. I had rather hear you chide than this man woo.
He's falling in love with your foulness, and she'll fall in love with my anger. If it be so, as fast as she did answer thee with frowning looks, I'll sauce her with bitter words. Why look you so upon me?
For no ill will I bear you.
I pray you, do not fall in love with me. For I am falser than vows made in wine. Besides, I like you not. If you don't know my house, 'tis at the top of olives, here hard by. Will you go, sister? Shepherd, lie her heart. Come, sister. Shepherdess, look on him better, and be not proud. Though all the world could see, none could be so abused in sight as he. Come to our flock.
Yet, shepherd, now I find my solve might. Whoever loved that loved not at first sight.
Sweet Phoebe,
Huh? What sayest thou, Sylvius?
sweet Phoebe, pity me.
Why I do pity thee, gentle Sylvius.
Wherever sorrow is, relief would be. And if you knew sorrow with my grief and love, by giving love, your sorrow with my grief would both exterminate.
Thou hast my loves, not that neighborly.
And I would have you.
Why that were covetousness. Sylvius, the time was that I hated thee. And yet, it is not that I bear thee love, but since thou canst talk of love so well, thy company, which erst was irksome to me, I will endure, and I'll employ thee too. But do not look for further recompense than I know with gladness that thou art employed.
So holy and so perfect is my love, and I in such a poverty of grace, should think it a most plenteous crop, to glean the broken ears after the man with the main harvest reaps. Loose now and then a scattered smile, and that I'll live upon.
Knowst now the youth that spoke to me erewhile.
Not very well, but I had thought, yet but the bounds of the cottage of the old man, Carlo once was master.
Think not I love him, though I ask for him. 'Tis but a peevish boy, yet he talks well. Yet what care I for words? Yet words do well when he that speaks them pleases those that hear. It is a pretty youth, not very pretty. But sure he's proud, and yet his pride becomes him. He'll make a proper man. The best thing in him is his complexion, and faster than his tongue can make offense, his eye can heal it up. He's not very tall. Yet for his years he's tall. His leg is but so-so. And yet 'tis well. There was a pretty redness in his lip, a little ripe or more lusty red in that mixed in his cheek. 'Twas just the difference between the constant red and mingled dances. There be some women, Sylvius, had they gone to market and parcels as I did, have gone near to fall in love with him. And yet for my part, I love him not, nor hate him not. And yet I had more cause to hate him than to love him. For what had he to do to chide at me? He said mine eyes were black and my hair black. And now I remembered, scorned at me. I marvel why I answered not getting. But that's all one. Omits is no place. I will write you a very taunting letter. Now shalt bear it, wilt thou, Sylvius?
Phoebe, with all my heart.
I'll write it straight. The matter's in my head and in my heart. I will be bitter with him in passing it to. Go with me, Sylvius.
I prithee, pretty youth, let me be better acquainted with thee.
They say you are a melancholy fellow.
I am so. I do love it better than laughing.
Those that are in the extremity of either are abominable fellows, betray themselves to every modern censure worse than drunkards.
Why, 'tis good to be sad and say nothing.
Why then, 'tis good to be a post.
I am neither the scholar's melancholy, which is emulation, nor the musician, which is fantastical, nor the courtiers, which is proud, nor the soldiers, which is ambitious, nor the lawyers, which is politic, nor the ladies, which is nice, nor the lovers, which is all of these. But it is a melancholy of mine own, compounded of many symbols, extracted from many objects, and indeed the sundry contemplation of my travels, in which my often rumination wraps me in most humorous sadness.
A traveler, by my faith, you have great reason to be sad. I fear you have sold your own lands to see other lands. Then to have seen much and to have nothing is to have rich eyes and poor hands.
Yes, I've gained my experience.
And your experience makes you sad. I had rather have a fool to make me merry, and experience to make me sad, and to travel for it too.
Good day and happiness, dear Rosalind.
Nay, then God buy you talk in blank verse.
Farewell, Monsieur Traveler. Look you listen and wear strange suits. Disable all the benefits of your own country. Be out of love with your nativity, and almost chide God for making you that countenance you are, or I would scarce think you have swam in gondola. Why? How now, Orlando? Where have you been all this while? You, a lover, and you serve me such another trick. Never come to my sight more.
My fair Rosalind, I come within an hour of my promise.
Break an hour's promise in love. He that will divide a minute into 1,000 parts, and break but a part of the 1,000th part of a minute, in the affairs of love. It may be said indeed that Cupid have clapped him on the shoulder, but I'll warrant him far full.
Pardon me, dear Rosalind.
Nay, and you be so tardy, come no more in my sight. I had his leaf be wooed of a snail.
Of a snail?
Aye, of a snail. For though he comes slowly, he carries his house upon his head. A better jointer, I think, than you make a woman. Besides, he brings his destiny with him.
What's that?
Why, horns, with such as you are fain to be beholding your wives for. But he comes armed in misfortune, and prevents the slander of his wife.
Virtue is no horn maker, and my Rosalind is virtuous.
And I am your Rosalind.
It pleases him to call you so, but he hath the Rosalind of better leer than you.
Come, woo me, for now I'm in a holiday humor and like enough to consent. What would you say to me now, and I were your very, very Rosalind?
I would kiss before I spoke.
Nay, you would better speak first, and when you were grappled for lack of matter, you might take occasion to kiss. Very good orators, when they are out, they will spit, and for lovers lacking, God warn us, matter. The cleanliness shift is to kiss.
How then would the kiss be denied?
Then she puts you to entreaty, and there begins new matter.
What's of my suit?
Not out of your apparel, and yet out of your suit. Am I not your Rosalind?
It takes some joy to say you are, because I would be talking of her.
Well, in her person, I say I will not have you.
And mine own person I die.
No, die by attorney. The whole world is almost 6,000 years old, and in all this time, there's not any man died in his own person, be deleted in a love call. Troilus had his brains dust out with a Grecian club, yet he did what he could to die before, and he is one of the patterns of love. Leander, he would have lived many a fair year, though hero had turned not, if it had not been for a hot midsummer night. Poor good youth, he went but forth to wash himself in a hellspot, and being taken with the cramp, was drowned. In the foolish corners of that age found of his hero Acestus, but these are all lies. Men have died from time to time, and worms have eaten them, but not for love.
I would not have my right Rosalind of this mind, for I protest her frown might kill me.
By this hand, it will not kill a fly. But come, now, I will be your Rosalind in a more coming on disposition. Ask me what you will, I will grant it.
Then love me, Rosalind.
Yes, will I. Fridays and Saturdays and all.
Wilt thou have me?
Aye, and 20 such.
What sayest thou?
Are you not good?
I hope so.
Why then, can one desire too much of a good thing? Come, sister, you shall be the priest and marry us. Give me your hand, Orlando. What do you say, sister?
Prithee, marry us.
I cannot say the words.
You must begin.
You, Orlando, too. You, Orlando, have to wife this Rosalind.
I will.
Aye, but when?
Why now, as fast as she can marry us?
Then you must say, I take thee, Rosalind, for what?
I take thee, Rosalind, for what?
I might ask you for your commission, but I do take thee, Orlando, for my husband. There's a girl goes before priest, and certainly a woman's thought runs before her actions.
So do all thoughts. They are winged.
Now, tell me how long you will have her after you have possessed her.
Forever and a day.
Say a day without the ever. No, Orlando. Men are April when they wed, December when they woo. Maids are May when they are maids, but the sky changes when they are wives. I will be more jealous than a Barbary cock pigeon over his head, more clamorous than a parrot against rain, more newfangled than an ape, more giddy in my desires than a monkey. I will weep for nothing, like Diana and the fountain, and I will do that when you are disposed to be married. I will laugh like a hyena, and that's when thou art inclined to sleep.
Will my Rosalind do so?
By my life, she will do as I do.
Oh, but she is wise.
Or else she cannot have the wit to do this. The wiser, the waywarder, make the doors upon a woman's wit, and it will out at the casement. Shut that, it will out at the keyhole. Stop that, it will fly with smoke out at the chimney.
A man that had a wife with such a wit might say wit with her wills.
Nay, you might keep that check, for it's when you met your wife's wit to go into your neighbor's bed.
And what wit could wit have to excuse that?
Mary, say she came to seek you there. You shall never take her without her answer, unless you take her without her tongue. Oh, that woman that cannot make her fault her husband's occasion, let her never nurse her child herself, for she will read it like a fool.
For these 2 hours, Rosalind, will I leave.
Alas, dear love, I cannot lack thee 2 hours.
I must attend the Duke at dinner. By 2 o'clock I'll be with thee again.
Fine. Go your ways, go your ways. I knew what you would prove. My friends told me as much, and I thought no less. That flattering tongue of yours won me. 'Tis but one cast away, and so come death. 2 o'clock is your hour?
Aye, sweet Rosalind.
By my troth, in good earnest, and so God mend you, and by all pretty oaths that are not dangerous. If you break one jot of your promise, or come 1 minute behind your hour, I will think you the most pathetical break promise, and the most hollow lover, and the most unworthy of her you call Rosalind, that may be sure to come from the most man of the unfaithful. Therefore, beware my censure, and keep your promise.
With no less religion, if that were indeed my very Rosalind. So it do.
Well, time's the old justice that examines all such offenders, and let time try. Adieu.
You have simply misused our sex in your love. You must have your doublet nose plucked over your head and show the world what the bird hath done to her own nest.
Oh, cuz, my pretty little cuz, that is know how many fathoms deep. I am in love. But it cannot be sounded. My affection hath an unknown bottom like the Bay of Portugal.
Or rather bottomless, that as fast as you pour your affections in, it runs out.
No, that same wicked bastard Venus that was begot of thought, conceived of spleen, and born of madness. That blind rascally boy that abuses everyone's eyes to put his owner out. Let him be judge and not see if I am in love. I tell you, Helena, I cannot be out of the sight of Orlando. I'll go find a shadow and sigh till he comes.
And I'll sleep.
And how, Audrey? Am I the man yet? Doth my simple features content you?
Your features, or just what features?
I am here with thee and thy goats. The most capricious poet, honest Ovid was among the gods.
Oh, knowledge ill inhabited, worse than children in thatched house.
When a man's verses cannot be understood, nor a man's good wit seconded by the forward child understanding, it strikes a man more dead than the great reckoning in a little room. Truly, I would to God take thee poetical.
I do not know what poetical is. Is it honest indeed in word? Is it a true thing?
No, truly. For the truest of poetry is the most vain. And lovers are given to poetry. And what they swear in poetry, they may be said as lovers, they do feign.
Do you wish then the gods had made me poetical?
I do truly. For thou swearest to me thou art honest. Now, if thou wert a poet, I might have some hope of this thing.
Would you not have me honest?
No, truly. For honesty, coupled to beauty, is that honey sauce to sugar.
Material fool.
Well, I'm not fair, therefore I pray the gods make me honest.
Praise be the gods for thy honesty. But to cast away honesty on a foul slut is to put good meat in an unclean dish.
No, I am not a slut, though I think the gods had foul.
Praise be the gods by that balance. Sluttishness they come here at. But be it as it may be, I will marry thee.
Well, the gods give us joy.
To that end, I have been with Sir Oliver Martyrs, the vicar of the next village. He has promised to meet me here in the place of this forest and to couple us.
I would fain see this meeting.
Here comes Sir Oliver. Sir Oliver Martyrs, you are very well met. Will you dispatch us here into the stream, or shall we go with you to your chapel?
Is there none here to give the woman?
I will not take her on gift of any man. Truly, she must be given, or the marriage is not lawful.
Proceed. I'll give her.
How do you, sir? God ill to you, I desire you of life. For here I have a toy in hand here, sir. But, sir, I'm happy with you.
Will you be married, Martha?
As the horse is spurred, sir, and the ox is belled, and the falcon rebelled, a man hath his desire, and the pigeon's bill. Wedlock would be nibbling.
Go thou with me, and let me counsel thee.
Come, sweet Audrey, we must away. Farewell, sweet Oliver. Oh, brave Oliver, leave me not behind you. But wind away, be gone, I say, not to living, to wedding with thee. 'Tis no matter, ne'er a fantastical knave of them all shall flout me on my collar.
I'll say you now, is it not past 2 o'clock? Here much Orlando.
I warrant you, with pure love and troubled brain, he hath taken his bow and arrows and has gone forth to sleep.
But who comes here?
My errand is to you, fair lady. My gentle Phoebe did bid me give you this. I know not its contents, but as I guess by the stern brow and waspish action which she did use as she was writing of it bears an angry tenor. Pardon me, for I am as but a guiltless messenger.
Patience herself would startle at this letter of his swagger. Bear this, bear all. She says that I'm not fair, that I lack manners. She calls me proud, and that she cannot love me, where man is rare as feelings. What's my will? Her love is not the hair that I do hunt. Why writes she so to me? Well, shepherd, well. This is a letter of your own device.
No, I protest. I know not its contents. Phoebe did write it.
Oh, come, you are a fool and turned into the extremity of love. I saw her hand. She has a leather hand, a breakdown color hand. I barely did think that her old blood's wrong, but 'twas her hand. She has a husband, but that's no matter. I say she never did invent this letter. This is a man's invention in his hand.
Sure it is hers.
Why, 'tis a boisterous and cruel style, a style for challengers. Why? She defies me like Turk to Christian. Woman's gentle brain could not draw forth such giant rude inventions, such Ethiop words, blacker in their effect than in their countenance. We will hear the letter.
So please you, for I never heard it yet. Yet heard too much of Phoebe's cruelty.
She, Phoebe's me, mark how the tyrant writes. Art thou God to shepherd turned, that a maiden's heart hath learned? Can a woman rail thus?
Call you this railing?
Why, thy God hath laid apart. Wouldst thou with a woman's heart? Did you ever hear such railing? Whilst the eye of man did move me, that could do no vengeance to me, beating me a beast. If the scorn of your bright eye have power to raise such love in mine, alack in me what strange effect would they work in mild aspect. While you chid me, I did love. How then might your prayers move? He that brings this love to thee, little knows this love in me. Seal up thy mind, whether that thy youth and kind, with a faithful offer take of me all that I can make, or else by him my love deny, and then I'll study how to die.
Call you this chiding?
Alas, poor shepherd, do you pity him? No, he deserves no pity. Wilt thou love such a woman? What, to make thee an instrument, to play false strings upon you, not to be endured? Well, go your ways, shepherd, for I see love hath made thee a tame snake. And say this to her, that if she love me, I charge her to love thee. If she will not, I will never have her unless thou entreat her. If you be a true lover, go hence and not to work, for here comes more company.
Good morrow, fair ones. Pray, if you know, where in the purlieus of this forest stands a sheepcote fenced out with olive trees?
West of this place, down in the neighbor bottom, the great pagoda is by the murmuring stream, left on your right hand, will take you to the place. But at this hour, the house thou is shut. There is none within.
If that I may profit by a tongue, then I should know you by description, such garments and such years. The boy is fair, female favored, and bestows himself like a ripe sister. The woman tall and brown with it. Are you not the owner of the house I did inquire for?
It is no boast being asked to say we are.
Orlando does commend him to you both, and to that youth he calls his Rosalind, he sends this bloody napkin. Are you he?
I am. What must we understand of this?
Some of my shame, if you will know me what man I am, and how and why and where this handkerchief was seen.
I pray you tell it.
When last the young Orlando parted from me, he left a promise to return again within an hour, and pacing through the forest, chewing the food of sweet and bitter fancy, lo he fell. He threw his eye aside, and marked what object did present itself. Under an oak, whose boughs were mossed with age, and high-top bald with dry antiquity, a wretched, ragged man, overgrown with hair, lay sleeping on his back. About his neck, a green and gilded snake had wreathed itself, who with her head's nibbling threads did approach the opening of his mouth. But suddenly, seeing Orlando, it unlinked itself, and with indented glides did slip away into the shade of a bush, under which bush's shade a lioness, with udders all drawn dry, lay crouching, head on ground with cat-like watch. For when that the sleeping man should start, for 'tis the royal disposition of that beast to prey on nothing that doth seem as death. This seeing Orlando did approach the man, and found it was his brother, his elder brother.
Oh, I have heard her speak of that same brother, and he did render him the most unnatural that lived amongst men.
And well he might so do, for well I know he was unnatural.
But to Orlando, did he leave him there? Food to the stuffed and hungry lions.
Twice did he turn his back and purpose so. But kindness nobler ever than revenge, and his nature stronger than his justification, made him give battle to the lions, who quickly fell before him, in which, hurtling from miserable slumber, I awakened.
Are you his brother? What's you he rescued? Was you that did so often contrive to kill him?
'Twas I, but 'tis not I. I do not shame to tell you what I was, since my conversion so sweetly tastes being the thing I am.
But who for the bloody napkin?
By the by, when from the first to last betwixt us, tears on her countenance and most kindly bathed, as how I came to that desert place. In brief, he led me to the gentle Duke, who gave me fresh array and entertainment, committing me unto my brother's love, who led me instantly unto his cave. There stripped himself, and here upon his arm the lioness had torn some flesh away, which all this while had bled. And now he fainted, and cried in fainting upon Rosalind. Brief I recovered him, bound up his wound, and, after some small space being strong at heart, he sent me hither, stranger as I am, to tell this story, that you might excuse his broken promise, and to give this napkin dyed in his blood, unto the shepherd youth that he henceforth doth call his Rosalind.
Why have thou given me, sweet Ganymede?
Many will swoon when they do look on blood.
There is more in it. Cousin Ganymede.
Be of good cheer, you. You a man. You lack a man's heart.
I do so, I confess it. After all, a body would think this is well counterfeited. I pray you, tell your brother how well I counterfeited. I have.
This was not counterfeit. There is too great testimony in your complexion that it was a passion of earnest.
Counterfeit, I assure you.
Well, take good heart in counterfeit to be a man.
So I do. But I should have been a woman by rights. You grow paler and paler. Let us draw home. Good sir, come with us.
That will I. For I must bear answer back, may you excuse my brother Rosalind.
I shall devise something, but I pray you commend my counterfeiting to him. Will you go?
We shall find a time, Audrey. Patience, gentle Audrey. But, Audrey, there is man here in the forest who lays claim to you.
I know who it is. I know the man you mean. He hath no interest in me in the world. Here comes the man you mean now.
It is meat and drink to me to see a clown by my trough, for we who have good wits have much to answer for. We shall be flooded, cannot pull.
God be good.
Good even, gentle friend. Cover thy head, cover thy head. Nay, prithee, be covered. How old are you, friend?
5 and 20, sir.
A ripe age. Is thy name William?
William, sir.
A fair name. Wast born in the forest here?
Aye, sir. I take on.
Thank God, a good answer. Art thou rich?
Faith, sir. So.
So is good. Very good. Very excellent good. And yet it is not. It Is my so.
Art thou wise? I, sir, I have pretty wit.
Why, thou sayest well. I do now remember a saying. The fool thinks himself to be wise, while the wise man knows himself to be a fool. The heathen philosopher, when he had the desire to be great, would open his lips when he put it into his mouth. Meaning thereby, grace may to eat and lips to open. You do love this maid?
I do, sir.
Give me your hand. Art thou learned?
No, sir.
Then learn this of me. To have is to have. It is figure and rhetoric, that drink being poured out of a cup into a glass, when filling to one doth empty the other. Your writers do consent that you say is he. But you are not that you say, for I am he. He, sir, that must marry this one. Therefore you cloud, abandon, which in the vulgar lead, the society, which in the poorest is company, this female, which in the commonest woman, which together lead, abandon the society of this female, or cloud, thou perishest, or to thy better understanding, diest, or to wit, I kill thee. Make you translate thy life to thee, and liberty to bondage. I will deal in poison with thee. Must not, or steal. I will run thee with faction. I will kill thee 150 ways. Therefore, try me. And depart.
Here, Billy. Good rest ye, merry sir.
Mistress and master, they should seek you. Come, away, away.
Goodbye,
Is it possible on so little acquaintance that you should like her? That, but seeing you should love her, and loving who, and wooing she should grant, would you persever to enjoy her?
Neither call the giddiness of it in question, the poverty of her, our small acquaintance, my son wooing, nor her son consenting. But say with me, I love Aliena. Say with her that she loves me. Consent with both that we may enjoy each other. It shall be to your good, for my father's house and all the revenue that was old Sir Roland's will I stake upon you. And here live and die a shepherd.
You have my consent. Your wedding will be tomorrow. Thither will I invite the Duke and all contented followers. Go you and prepare Aliena. For look you, here comes my Rosalind.
God save you, brother.
And you, fair sister.
Oh, my dear Orlando, how grieves me to see thee wear thy heart in a scar.
It is my arm.
I thought thy heart had been wounded with the claws of a lion.
Wounded it was, with the eyes of a lady.
Did your brother tell you how I counterfeited to swoon when he showed me your handkerchief?
Aye, and greater wonders than this.
Oh, I know where you are. Nay, 'tis true. There's never anything so sudden but the fight of two rams, and Caesar's triumphal brag of a king saw no king, for your brother and my sister no sooner met, but they looked, no sooner looked, but they loved, no sooner loved, but they sighed, no sooner sighed, but they asked one another the reason, no sooner knew the reason, but they stopped the revel. And in these degrees have they made a pair to stairs for marriage, which they will climb incontinence, or else being continent before marriage. They are in the very wrath of love, and they will together. Clubs cannot part them.
Their wedding will be tomorrow. I will bid the Duke to the nuptial. But how bitter a thing it is to look into happiness through another man's eyes. Aye, so much the more will I be at the height of hard heaviness, by how I shall think my brother happy in having what he wishes for.
Why then, tomorrow I cannot serve your turn for Rosalind?
I can live no longer by thinking.
I will weary you then, no longer with idle talk. No one will then, for now I speak to some purpose, that I know you are a gentleman of good conceit. I speak not this, that thou might bear a good opinion of my knowledge, insomuch I say I know you are. Neither do I labor for some greater esteem than may in some little measure, not believe to do yourself good, and not to praise it. Believe then, if you please, that I can do strange things. I have, since I was a three-year-old, conversed with a magician, most profound in his art, and yet not damnable. If you do love Rosalind so near the heart as your gesture cries it out, when your brother marries Aliena, shall you marry her? I know into what straits of fortune she is driven, and it is not impossible to me, if it appear not inconvenient to you, to set her before your eyes tomorrow, human as she is, without any danger.
speakest thou in sober meaning?
By my life, I do, which I cannot do, though I say I am a magician. Therefore, put you in your best room. Bid your friends. If you will be married tomorrow, you shall. And to Rosalind you will. Look, here comes a lover of mine and a lover of hers.
You have done me much ungentleness to show the letter that I read to you.
I care not if I have. It is my study to seem despiteful and ungentle to you. You are there followed by a faithful shepherd. Look upon him, love him. He worships you.
Good shepherd, tell this youth what 'tis to love.
It is to be all made of sighs and tears. And so am I for
And
Phoebe.
so am I for Ganymede.
So am I for Rosalind.
And so am I for no one.
It is to be made of faith and service. And so am I for Phoebe.
And so am I for Ganymede.
And so am I for Rosalind.
And so am I for no woman.
It is to be all made of passion, all made of fantasies, all made of wishes, all adoration, duty, and observance, all humbleness, all patience and impatience, all purity, all trial, and all obedience. And so am I for Phoebe.
And so am I for Ganymede.
And so am I for Rosalind.
And so am I for no woman.
If this be so, I blame me to love you.
If this be so, I blame you to love you. If this be so, I blame me to love you.
Who do you speak to? I blame you to love you.
Her that is not here, nor doth not here.
Pray you no more of this. This is like that howling of Irish wolves against the men. I will help you if I can. I would love you if I could. Meet me all together. I will marry you if ever I marry woman, and I'll be married tomorrow. I will satisfy you if ever I satisfy man, and you shall be married tomorrow. I will content you if what pleases you contents you, and you shall be married tomorrow. As you love Rosalind, meet. As you love Phoebe, meet. And as I love no woman, I'll meet. So very well. I let you command.
I'll not fail if I live.
Nor I.
Nor I. Tomorrow is a joyful day, Audrey. Tomorrow will we be married.
I do desire with all my heart, and I hope it is no dishonest desire to be a woman of the world. Here comes two of the best students.
Well met, honest gentlemen.
By my troth, well met. Come, sit in a song.
Where Phoebe? Sit in the middle.
Shall we clap into boundly without hopping or flinching or sangria horse, for those are the only prologues for bad boys.
In sync, and both in tune, like two gypsies on a horse.
It was a lover and his up the head, a hoe and a head below. The Lord the great for nails and chains, the same as the
Though there was no great matter in the ditty, yet the note was very undutiful.
Mercy, good sir. Time. We lost not our time.
By my troth, yes. I count it as time lost to hear such a foolish song. God be with you. God mend your voices.
Dost thou believe, Orlando, the boy can do all this that he hath promised?
I sometimes do believe, and sometimes do not, as those that fear they hope, and know they fear.
Patience once more, whilst our compact is urged. You say, if I bring you your Rosalind, you will bestow her on Orlando here.
That would I, had I kingdoms to give with her.
And you say that you'll have her when I bring her.
That I would, were I of all kingdoms king.
You say that you'll marry me if I be willing.
That will I, should I die in the hour after.
But if you do refuse to marry me, you'll give yourself to this most faithful shepherd.
So is the bargain.
You say that you'll have me if she will.
But have her in death for both once.
I promise to make all this matter even. Give you your word, O Duke, to give your daughter. You yours, Orlando, to receive his daughter. Keep your word, Phoebe, that you'll marry, or else refusing me to wed this shepherd. Keep your word, Sylvius, that you'll marry her if she refuses. And from hence I go to make these doubts all even.
I do remember in the shepherd boy some lively touches of my daughter's faith.
My lord, the first time I ever saw him, I thought he was a brother to your daughter. But, my good lord, this boy is born, has been tutored in the rudiments of many desperate studies by his uncle, who claims to be a great magician, obscured in the circles of this forest.
There is sure another punch order. These couples are coming to the eye. There's a pair of very strange beasts, which in all tongues are called fools.
Salutations and greetings to you all.
Fitting welcome. This is the moth-minded gentleman I have so often met in the forest. He has been a courtier, we swear.
If any man doubt that, let him put me to my purgation. I have trod in legend, I have flattered a lady. I have been politic with my friend, smooth with mine enemy. I have undone 3 tailors. I have had 4 quarrels and would like to have 1.
And how will it take that?
Faith, we met and found the quarrel was upon the 7th cause.
How 7 cause? Good, my lord, like this fellow.
I like him very well.
God is me, sir. I desire you the life. I press him here, sir, amongst the rest of these country commoners, to swear and to forswear, as very fine and blood breaks. A poor virgin, sir, you no favorite thing, sir. But mine own, poor humor of mine, sir, to take that no man else will. Rich honesty dwells like a miser, sir, in a poor house, or a pearl in your foul oyster.
For my faith, he is very swift and sententious.
According to the fool's bolt, and such dual-set diseases.
But for the 7th cause, how did you find the quarrel in the 7th cause?
Upon a lie 7 times removed. There your body more seeming, was drink. Sir, I did dislike the cut of a certain courtier's beauty. He sent me word, if I said it was not well cut, he was in the mind it was. This is called the retort courteous. And if again I sent him word, it was not well cut, he sent me word, he cut it to please himself. This is called the good modesty. And if again it was not well cut, he disabled my judgment. This is called the reply church. If again it was not well cut, he would say I spake not truth. This is called the reproof valiant. If again it was not well cut, he would say I lied. This is called the counterject quarrelsome. And so to the lie with circumstance and a lie direct.
And how often did you say his beard was not well cut?
I durst go no further than the lie circumstantial, and he durst not give me the lie direct. And so he measured swords and parted.
Good, my lord, is this not a rare fellow? He's as good as anything, a fool.
He uses his folly as a stalking horse, and under the presentation of that, he shoots his wit.
Then there is mirth in heaven, when earthly things may be and unknown together. Good Duke, receive thy daughter. Hymen from heaven brought her. Yes, brought her hither, that thou mightst join her hand with his, whose heart within his bosom is.
To you I give myself, for I am yours. To you I give myself, for I am yours.
There be truth in sight. You are my daughter.
There be truth in sight. You are my Rosalind.
If sight and shape be true, why then my love adieu?
I'll have no father if you be not she. I'll have no husband if you be not he. Nor ne'er wed woman if you be not she.
Peace! Oh, I bar confusion. 'Tis I must make conclusion of these most strange events. Here's faith that must take hands to join in Hymen's bands, if truth holds true contents. You and you no cross shall part. You and you our hearts confront. You to his love must accord, or have a woman for your lord. You and you are sure together as the winter to foul weather. Whilst a wedlock whom we sing, feed yourselves with questioning, that reason wonder may diminish, how thus we met and these things finish.
Wedding is great Juno's crown, all blessed bond of war and death. 'Tis time in people's every town, I wedlock then be honor and honor and renown to hiding God of every town.
Oh, my dear niece, welcome thou art to me. Even daughter, welcome in no less degree. I'll not eat my word, now thou art mine. Thy faith and my fancy to thee doth combine.
Let me have audience for a word or two. I am the second son of old Sir Rowland, that bring these tidings to this fair assembly. Duke Frederick, hearing how that every day men of great worth resorted to this forest, addressed a mighty power, which were on foot in his own conduct purposely, to take his brother here and put him to the sword. And to the skirts of this wild wood he came, where, meeting with an old religious man, after some question with him, was converted, both from his enterprise and from the world. His crown bequeathed to his banished brother, and all their lands restored that were with him in exile. This to be true, I do engage my life.
Welcome, young man, thou offers fairly to thy brother's wedding. To one his land withheld, and to the other a land itself large, of potent dukedom. First, in this forest, let us do those ends that here were well begun and well begot. And after, every of this happy number that have endured true days and nights with us shall share the good of our returned fortunes, according to the measure of their states. Meantime, forget this new-fallen dignity, and fall into our rustic revelry, play, music, and you, brides and bridegrooms all, with measure heaped in joy to the measure's fall.
Sir, by your patience, if I heard you rightly, did you get put on a religious life, resorting to neglect the pompous court?
Yeah.
To him will I. Out of these convertings, there is much matter to be heard and learned. You, your former honor I bequeath, your patience and your virtue well deserved. You, to a true love, to a true faith doth man. You, your land, love, and great ally. You, your long and well deserved death. And you, to wrangling for thy loving voyager is but 2 months' victory, so to your pleasure. I am brother, then for dancing measures.
Stay, Jacob, stay.
Just see no past am I. What should it have? I'll stay to know what your advantage is.
Proceed, proceed. We will begin these rites as we do trust they'll end in true delights.
I'm not furnished like a beggar, therefore to beg will not become. My way is to conquer you, and I'll begin with the woman. I charge you, O woman, for the love you bear to men, to like as much of this play as please you. And I charge you, O man, for the love you bear to woman, as I perceive by your simpering, none of you hates them. That between you and the woman the play may please. If I were a woman, I would kiss as many of you as had beards that please me, complexions that like me, and breasts that I define those. And I am sure as many have good beards or good faces or sweet breaths will, for my kind offer, when I make courtesy, bid me farewell.
You cannot close the curtain.
Everyone, thank you so much for attending our show as you like it. We just have a couple of quick thank yous that we want to make for making this show possible. First and foremost, we would not be able to have the show, or at least it wouldn't be as good without our amazing costumes. So we would like to welcome up and thank Mrs. Stout, our costume designer. Who is so patient, so kind, and so wonderful to us through this entire process, with so much time and effort. We would like to thank none other than Miss Stouts. And there are other people who jumped in, mostly parents who were also not in the program. So thank you very much to all of you for making this actually go on stage, because it